Hallo Crew und willkommen zurück zu Vampyr. Wir sind jetzt Level 4, haben ein bisschen aufgelevelt. Einige Sachen, wo ich mir nicht so ganz sicher war, wie das jetzt alles funktioniert, haben sich erübrigt. Ja, ich habe selber herausgefunden, dass ich das nur an Ruheorten machen kann mit der Skillung. Und ja, wir haben uns schon alles angeguckt und können jetzt eigentlich rausgehen und weiter nach unserem Verwandler gucken. Die Frage ist, wo ist der Schuft nur hingelaufen? Da hinten geht die Spur weiter. Heißt für uns... Okay, ich kann es auch nicht durchdrücken. Heißt für uns, wir gehen hier erstmal weiter.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it.
Gott.
The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Er hat eine Bleistange für mich gehabt. Das ist auch immer sehr gut. Okay. Wir haben jetzt eine Sense. Rüste eine zweihändige Waffe aus und drücke rechte Maustaste, um ihre Spezialfähigkeit zu nutzen. Mit der Sense können zum Beispiel Angriffe pariert werden und, wenn im richtigen Moment ausgeführt, Gegner schweren Schockschaden erleiden. Heißt aber auch gleichzeitig, dass wir keine Zweitwaffe mehr haben. Da müssen wir dran denken.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
William, my arm. I can't feel it.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
William Bishop! Ah, ist auch schön zum Ausweichen übrigens. Vampirblut aussaugen. Ich weiß nicht, ob das so eine gute Idee ist, aber wir haben es jetzt einfach mal getan. Das war verdammt knapp. Wir haben auch nur noch gut ein Drittel unseres ganzen Blutes. Ich weiß nicht, ob es daran lag. Hallo? Dass wir Vampir getroffen haben.
I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
Yes, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Okay, dann gucken wir mal.
This poor creature can't be my
Das ist
maker.
eine Blutprobe, okay.
Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Das heißt, eigentlich müssen wir mit dem Doktor auf jeden Fall mitgehen, weil der hat wahrscheinlich die nötigen Sachen, damit wir das Blut analysieren können, damit wir überhaupt weiterkommen in unserem Tun. Hier mal gucken, ob hier noch irgendwas ist. Irgendwo Schillinge rumfliegen oder so. War das hier was zum Aufnehmen? Nee. Okay, dann fahren wir mal mit.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reid.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reid, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reid. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reid, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane. for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scout said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reid here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Okay, interessant. Wir sind also Chirurg und kennen uns bestens mit Bluttransfusionen aus. Es ist ja irgendwie schon so ein bisschen interessant. Naja, gucken erstmal hier, ob wir irgendwas finden. Wir müssen wahrscheinlich jetzt auch in deren ja, Anwesenheit ein bisschen aufpassen, was das Trinken angeht. Okay. Okay, was wird das jetzt?
Rotten or prestige, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all. Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Okay. Qualität des Blutes würde mir 500 EP bringen. Die Blutqualität deutet an, wie viel EP du für einen bestimmten Bürger erhältst. Je höher die Blutqualität, desto mehr EP. Mesmerisieren. Um das Blut deiner Beute auszusagen, musst du sie zunächst in den Bann ziehen, um sie so an eine Stelle zu führen, die andere Bürger nicht sehen können. Deine Bannstufe muss genauso hoch sein oder höher als der Widerstand des Bürgers. Drücke Q, um Clay in deinen Bann zu ziehen. Folge der roten Spur, um dein Opfer in die Schatten zu bringen. Drücke die linke Maus und wähle, ob du Clay Cox entweder aussaugen oder loslassen möchtest. Wenn du ihn aussaugst, hat das Konsequenzen. Je mehr du über Bürger weißt, desto mehr Hinweise über sie findest, desto mehr EP geben sie.
Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Okay, ich habe jetzt anscheinend böse Konsequenzen. Das sind wahrscheinlich hier so Blutorte. Okay, wir gehen jetzt aber erstmal ins Pembroke Hospital. Und dafür gehen wir hier hoch. So. Schauen wir mal hier, was es hier so gibt. Alles kranke Leute. Wir müssen sogar schon auslagern, weil sie so viele Glasviolen haben wir hier gefunden. Das ist schon mal gut. Und wir reden mal mit denen.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Wie ist die Lage denn
What
mal?
is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Okay.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Okay. Bisschen,
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
okay. Kann ja mal persönliche Fragen stellen. Kann man noch nicht, okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Das heißt, wir schalten Hinweise frei und können dann andere Sachen
Doctor,
fragen.
where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I
Okay,
apologize,
okay.
nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Im ersten
Thank
Stock,
you.
on the second floor.
Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reid. Your office has been prepared.
Okay.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he
Mal
fare?
gucken, wie es ihm geht.
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Okay.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Wow.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Wow.
Thank you,
Okay.
Nurse Crane.
Sehr freundlich, die Frau. Guck mal hier, ob wir noch irgendwas finden.
If only I were young again. Just a dozen years or so.
Wer ist das?
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Ah, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reid, any good...
Okay, kann ich noch nicht. Muss
Goodbye,
ich leider
Dr. Tibbets.
Okay. Mal hier überall reingucken. Nein, hier. Kein frisches Blut hier, das ist schon mal gut. Okay. Wer ist er?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reid. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reid. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reid. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, okay. Interessant. Also, das ist unser... Ah, wir könnten den mesmerisieren. Nein.
Goodbye, Milton.
Gehen jetzt erstmal in unser Büro, schauen uns da um. Was haben wir denn hier noch? Was haben wir denn hier noch? Alles Patienten. Alle krank. Alle die Seuche. Was haben wir hier? Auch nichts. Jetzt sind die ganzen Kisten nach
Dr.
draußen.
Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Mein Gott, das Krankenhaus ist sogar groß. Wer ist jetzt sie?
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Immer die Falschen spreche ich an. Nein, alles gut.
Thank you, Nurse.
Alles gut. Und hier gibt es ja auch nicht so viele. Okay. Finden Sie Ihr Büro im 2. Stock. So, mit dem habe ich schon gesprochen, glaube ich. Ist das eine Patientin?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Okay, interessant.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay, 1000.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please,
Gucken wir mal.
describe to me how you feel. What is it like
Jetzt
to
bin
be
ich
a vampire?
gespannt.
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional.
Oh.
They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of
Wenn sie
immortality.
wüsste.
And you think it is I who am delusional.
Okay, jetzt mal gucken, es ist ein neuer Hinweis aufgetaucht.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Ja, bestimmt. Dann,
I'll leave
tschüss.
you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Sie denkt also, sie sei eine Vampirin. Das ist sehr interessant. Verhindern Sie Ansteckung. Unbedachtes Spucken, Schneuzen und Husten verbreitet die Grippe. Okay, das könnten sich aber tatsächlich auch mal sowieso einige angewöhnen. Krankenschwestern werden jetzt gebraucht. Es ist immer Pflegenotstand. Ist euch das mal aufgefallen? Okay. Second floor. Aber es wurde ja eigentlich erster Stock gesagt, ne? Aber es ist der Second Floor. Deswegen können wir hier nicht rein. Okay. Gehen wir einfach mal hier hin. Dr. Reid. Sehr schön. Als ob er sich darauf schon vorbereitet hat, dass er mich einstellt.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own.
Ziemlich gut.
At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Okay, also hier können wir gleich nochmal gucken. Hier ist was zum Schmieden. Wir können mal gucken, ob wir schon irgendwas machen können. Irgendwas verbessern können. Nee, haben wir nicht genug Zeug für. Einen abgenutzten Knüppel haben wir. So, haben wir jetzt mal wieder verwertet. Eventuell brauchen wir 3 Stück von diesen gewöhnlichen Griffen. Können wir die hier wieder verwerten? Okay. Blutprobe. Die können wir jetzt mal analysieren. Leichtes Regenerationsserum. Ah, okay. Dann könnten wir das jetzt herstellen, wenn wir Eisentatrat und eine ClO-Lösung hätten. Also wir haben auf jeden Fall eine kräftigende Blutprobe, eine Glasfiole.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
Okay, das gucken wir uns auch später an.
I have so much time now.
Ja. Das ist Wahnsinn. Drachenfluch, okay. Okay. Was passiert jetzt? Ich bin verwirrt. Und mit dieser Verwirrtheit entlasse ich euch in die nächste Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und wir sehen uns dann Wahrscheinlich übermorgen. Oder morgen. Mal gucken. Bis dann. Ciao.